Why dogs and humans are more than just friends, they're family. Did you know that you probably speak dog better than you realize? No, you're not quite fluent. That would require a tail and a fur coat. But if you were suddenly transported to a dogs-only world, you'd pick up on their language surprisingly well. You know the difference between a nervous yip and a stay-away growl. You recognize the body language of a dog that's excited, sad, scared, or giving you that classic look of, "Come on, play with me right now." You understand them as naturally as if you'd been born knowing it. Think that's no big deal? Try this. What does a happy bird look like? A sad lion? If you're not sure, that's okay. But with dogs, you just get it. You didn't have to take Dog Talk 101 or study their behavior. You grew up around them and picked up their language without even trying. That instant understanding says something powerful about the bond we share with dogs. Sure, we live with cats and work with horses. We keep cows for milk, chickens for eggs. But we could live without them if we had to. With dogs, though, it's different. Our lives and theirs blended long ago, like two colors swirling into one. Once you mix yellow and red to make orange, there's no going back. But what makes this bond with dogs so unique? It's not just a practical, "I do this for you, you do that for me" kind of relationship, like the symbiotic deal between sharks and the little remora fish that clean their skin. With dogs, it's more than just transactions. It's love. And no one really knows exactly when or why this relationship began. We've found remains of humans and dogs buried together from at least 14,000 years ago. Imagine that. People loved their dogs so much, they wanted to be laid to rest with them. Our connection with dogs might seem like fate, but it was almost an accident. Dogs and wolves are 99.9% genetically alike. Yet, some tiny changes in their genes make a huge difference, especially a few that help explain why dogs are so sociable and affectionate. It's fascinating that these genes are in the same part of the genome as the ones that make humans sociable too. Long ago, when humans didn't know a thing about genes, our ancestors did notice that some of these wild canines hanging around the fire had a certain look, a kind of loving neediness. They were hard to resist, and over time these animals were brought into our camps and our lives. Our bond with dogs became so deep that it even transformed our language. The term puppy likely evolved from the French word poupée, meaning doll, an object we pour our love and affection into without a second thought. Across cultures, dogs became legendary figures in our stories. In Africa, Rukuba the dog was said to have gifted humanity with fire. In Wales, the loyal hound Gellert was celebrated for protecting a prince's child from a wolf. Even aristocrats began immortalizing their beloved dogs in family portraits, and wealthy eccentrics went so far as to include them in their wills. Today, dogs have become the world's most numerous land carnivores in human-populated areas, with an astounding 900 million worldwide and around 80 million in the US alone. All domestic dogs, or Canis lupus familiaris, come from one species, yet they've diversified into hundreds of breeds based on traits we find appealing, whether that's size, personality, coat color, or plain cuteness. In the US, the typical dog owner spends more than $2,000 a year on their furry friend, food, toys, medical care, and more. And for many, no price would be too high. When Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in 2005, countless people refused to evacuate without their dogs, prompting Congress to pass a law requiring disaster plans to include pet accommodations. What started as a simple, practical arrangement between two species blossomed into something far closer to love. It might not make logical sense, but that's love for you. It rarely follows the rational pathways of the mind. Instead, it reaches deep into our hearts, where, for thousands of years, our dogs have made their home. And that's the incredible story of our unbreakable bond with dogs. A relationship that's lasted thousands of years and continues to deepen with every wag, bark, and cuddle. If you've enjoyed this journey into the history and love we share with our furry friends, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button for more heartwarming and fascinating stories like this, and let us know in the comments what your dog means to you. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.